My name is Olli, aka Mercy-1. I'm from Finland, representing Flowmore Group. And I'm a music producer, all-around music artist basically, and a b-boy for a long time. I do a lot of things around music. I make beats, I play talkbox, I sing, I play a little bit of many instruments. What else? I DJ for a long time, like already 20 years, same time that I've been producing music. Yeah, basically I've been composing music also in a long time. So I started making music like when I was a little kid. Like my dad and mom, they sang and played music a lot back home, and it's kind of way like how I learned to be around music, be with music a lot. And when I was a kid, like 9 years old, or a little bit before that, I started doing like piano classes. So that's when I started also composing a little bit music. But I didn't really hear any like funk music before. I was living far away, like near Russian border, just in the forest and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't like hip hop scene was active over there. It's more like Finnish stuff and everything like that. So when we moved to this place called Jyväskylä in Finland, I got to know a lot of like different people, and I got into breaking actually. So I started first breaking like '95, and through that I got into hip hop music. So when I was breaking for like 3 years or something like that, and after that I realized like, what is this, like what's all this funk thing, like James Brown and everything, and basically I got into hip hop so much that I started like loving all of the elements. So basically DJing was the first for me. That I saw this local guy in Jyväskylä called Joni Veli, and he was like kind of the kingpin in Jyväskylä at that time. So yeah, he was DJing, and I used all my savings to buy turntables and a mixer, and I just spent all night, didn't sleep at school. I mean, like didn't sleep too much back in then I slept in the school. So basically I started making music through hip hop, like breaking. So that's like the first step for me, and I just started making music with a computer like around '98, and bought turntables like a couple years after. So that's how I got there. So yeah, basically that time of my life was like really interesting. Because my friends and I, we were breaking, and the hip hop was so strong, like in a way that we were just getting to know it. So I was really into everything, like making beats, DJing and breaking and rapping too. So that was basically like our life only. So the more I studied, like I DJ'd a lot back home. I just practiced it, and I prog a lot too. Like we just lived the hip hop basically. So yeah, I got really into it, and I just a few years later I bought my MPC. I think that was like 2003 already. So yeah, you know, when you do something, you kind of got sucked into it. So I started doing gigs with this hip hop group from Jyväskylä, and I was touring Finland early 2000, like all the festivals like Raumanmeren Juhannus and Pipe Fest and those kind of festivals here, and just like small places too. But it was really interesting for me, yeah, definitely. But it always was kind of like related to rapping and singing. So I made beats, but I I didn't have too many MCs rapping on them. So I had a bunch of beats that was kind of laying around on my like hard drives and APC zip disks and stuff like this. But I didn't have anybody to spit on them. So I was kind of fed up with that. And while we were also at that time breaking a lot around the world with Flomo Crew, like we just went everywhere and there were people like spinning like DJ Renegade and everybody. So basically at some point I felt like I heard so many breaks and so much breaking music that when it was popping like category going down in the jam, I was like, man, it's the best music. And that's like when we got down, we started drinking beer a lot. It was like a good time. So basically that's kind of the point in my life, like where it was like, man, I got the skills, I know the funk, like it's all hip hop, I can do this, like I can easily make this music. And I was like, and I don't need nobody to, you know, spit on them. I just can rely on myself basically. I learned making music a lot by myself. I have to give credit for a lot of people, of course, but since I have so many like dance-related friends, I hang around with those guys more than I hang around with people that were doing music. So basically, I had to learn myself, but yeah, definitely were people like the older DJs in my town and also producers that I asked a couple of tips and like certain like things I asked about those, but definitely most of myself. How I got better is just basically my own ears, I would say. I didn't have like too many people that I send my stuff. I asked like, do you like it? And I have like some friends that are more like kind of like boom bap era like producers and guys who like they're really like official like boom bap dudes and stuff. So maybe I send like beats to them, and sometimes even the feedback was more like, this is better like if you just take this part off, you know. But then again, for me it was actually really good. Like I was feeling kind of like the opposite. So in a way, it's just trusting yourself, and like at some point you can do music, and you should do music like in home in your lab for a long time, and just try to make it as good as you can until you think it's good enough to put out. Like, I mean, I didn't put music out definitely for like more than a decade basically. Like I didn't release anything. Like the first thing that I released basically was the Boogaloo Dancer Volume 1, and at that point I already made music for like 10 years with computers, and I've been composing already like 20 years. Yeah, so you just have to trust yourself, I guess, but just maybe, I don't know, you should of course compare it to other music that you like and even some music that you don't like, and just, I don't know, but it's just in you. Like, what you don't have to make the music for other people, just do it for yourself. For me, yeah, it's not easy to describe my music. I think I want every song to be a little bit different. I kind of hate it. I don't hate it, but I prefer to have a lot of songs that sounds different and different styles, because it's all about, for me, it's more about like learning and trying to do new things. So if I make some drums, I want them to sound different almost every time. I'm not from like drum machine era in a way. Like I would have one drum machine and I make the whole album with just that. I'm more like coming from like sample based music, where I sample. I try to go to like vinyl stores, like try to find like records to sample the drums from, and like other records to sample some other stuff. So that's kind of like, that's how you get another sound. But then I try to bring that to a non-sampling format where you just make all that same stuff but like different, just make it sound different. And I'm pretty sure that, for example, all of my records almost are sounding a lot different because of that. Yeah. So my music should sound different, but definitely I've been doing music basically for poppers. Like mostly I do other stuff too, but what I've been releasing is more like I focus on poppers. So I really want to have that, that funk in there, and like really good snares and stuff like that. So basically I want it to sound a little bit raw and not too much like radio hit in a way. I have released 5 albums. So the first one was Boogaloo Dancer Volume 1, then I did Volume 2 and Volume 3, and then I put out Nika Funk that I made in Nicaragua. I was surfing there for a couple of months and I made album at the same time. It's kind of like my mission. And then just recently I put out the newest Boogaloo Danger Volume 4. So that came out on vinyl too, and we did it with Ivan Markwell from Sleepers Records. So yeah, 5 albums total. For me, it's usually very easy to start a song, start making beat, because that's what I like, just do something out of nothing, just have the feeling out there. But it's very fast to do it, but it's very hard to finish a song to a version that you're really actually happy with it and have the patience to do it. Like that's probably the hardest thing, to finish a song. But also, of course, a lot of things is always difficult, like you're learning new things, trying to play an instrument and record it, or new mixing technique, you switch stuff and stuff like that. But I think definitely it's like finishing a song. Yeah, I think it helps, of course, like you understand how music kind of is, the structure, like the structure in a way, like note wise, like where the notes are, like, and the feeling, like what you're gonna go. I had to take it back. I learned the theory too a little bit, like a couple of years in whatever academy, but it's not really my thing. I can't really read the notes very well or stuff. It's more like feeling, like how do you get this sound. Like if you play a guitar, I still ask me to play a song. I can't play it, but I can play my own stuff and get it like sounding cool. That's basically where I'm from. Like I like doing my own music. Like yeah, I'm not really trying to get some other sound for me, perform some other people's songs. Sometimes I do, like in the show, it's cool and stuff like that, but I really want to focus on my own thing. Yeah, but look, I'm not, that said too, like I'm not really good player in any instrument, but probably I would say my best instrument is my own voice, because nobody else has it. So basically it's my strength, but I can always record a song with some instruments if I want to. So it's just a matter of practice. It might take a long time, but eventually you'll get it done. As for my highlights in my musical career, it's hard to pick just one, but I tried to get 3. So basically, probably the first times when I got DJing like out there, just like to a small party or a bigger party too, like that couple of first years when I was doing DJing more active. That was like my highlight in a way. And the second highlight is probably like or definitely like when people started playing my music in like in a lot of jams. Everybody danced to my stuff worldwide. Music got out to like talent shows and stuff. I mean, like it's not the most important thing, but the thing is that it got played out a lot, and that was definitely my highlight. And more recently, I would say probably playing in Montreal in the Cloud Cypher jam. Like a couple months ago. That was really cool because the vibe was so good. Like I think everybody loved the music that I played. I mean, like the vibe was just so good. Like a lot of people that love funk, and everybody connects to me. So I would say that's my third. Yeah, I guess my dream to in the future and basically overall is just actually keep doing my music and succeed with it in a way. I'm not trying to be like the biggest star in the world, but just want to get by with like no problem and just get it out. Maybe get more spread out, maybe get a little bit wider kind of like distribution and stuff, like put it out and get some contacts, agencies and stuff like that, because I never push myself in a way like to get it, just wait for it to happen. It's like keeping a real way, you know, in a way. But yeah, looking forward to that. Scene in Finland, like funk-wise, it's not very big. It's really small, I would say. Then again, I don't connect with a lot of people very much. But I know a few funk bands here. I think they're dope. It's really good that they do it, and it's like I see it's really a lot of fun for them, and that's really cool. And other music stuff, like there's a lot of like kind of like genres here in Finland, like squee music, a lot of like other artists that are doing like different kind of music, and that's cool too. But as far as kind of like G-funk, funk, modern funk, everything, it's not too many. Definitely not too many. Yeah, getting inspired in making music is it's tough to do sometimes. Sometimes you have it for a long time, sometimes just for one day. And yeah, usually if I go traveling to a jam, I meet a lot of people, I hear some good music, stuff like that. When I come back home, I'm full of energy to do music, and that's kind of like inspires me. Like probably like the overall hip-hop scene in a way, like the connection and vibing, drinking beers, chilling, you know, going to practice, being active in a way. Sometimes it's easy to just stay home, kind of stuck there, and you just kind of start thinking about other things. So basically, yeah, then you have to kind of like make some kind of move, or just force yourself in the studio and just wait for something to happen in a way. Just I don't know. Yeah, so it can be hard, and worldwide. I don't have too much collaborations. I mean, like I have few, but I've been always doing a lot of stuff solo. In a way, I have needed it myself to do everything myself, to prove myself, everything that I can do everything. But then again, actually, I'm happy to do music with other people too, and that's actually like how I get inspired nowadays a lot too. Doing different things in music, I think they help each other while you're active in that way. Like getting new records, listening to new music, I think it helps in like creating music as well. But then again, if you take b-boying as an aspect, like does it help? Of course it does a lot in a way. I learned so much. Basically all my foundation to hip-hop and funk music comes from breaking part. So like all the keeping it on one, and like the hits and everything, like it comes so much from the breaking, but everything is basically the same in a way when it comes to hip hop, but just different aspect how you see it. But if you think about practicing breaking and trying to be the best at it, then I think it gets a lot more harder to make the benefit like from each other, because sometimes you just want to like get so much better in breaking, but that eats up from your music producing a lot. So it might be like you practicing 2 months just breaking, and then you just do studio for 1 month or something like that. So I don't think it helps in that way. And I actually, the reason why I do so many things is because I love learning, and I got inspired about new things so easily in a way. And I love to be like, I love the learning part to get, like get better in that thing. And when you start from nothing, you basically be very good fast in a way. So that's always the most fun part, I guess. And then the grind starts in a way, and it gets a little bit harder, So yeah, I think doing different music stuff together is helping, but when you put other stuff like other hobbies like not related to music, I think it doesn't help too much unless you get inspiration from it. Yeah. So people can find my music easily online. Just type OLLI, put for example my album Boogaloo Danger Volume 4 in Spotify or whatever, iTunes, whatever you will use. Just go and do that. And also I have a site olli.bandcamp.com. You can buy my music from there. Go to my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/OlliTalkbox. A lot of ways. Follow me on Instagram. It's OLLI_AKA_Mercy-1. So yeah, that's how you find me and my music, and you stay fun. Yep. People can definitely reach me out to book me for to DJ at their event. I do battles, I do parties, a lot of parties. I love parties. Yeah, they can book me up. I got a lot of experience about that for over 2 decades already. Yeah, always keep it fresh, as you know. I also make talkbox shows and stuff like that. So whatever it is, live shows, DJs, I got it. So reach me out. So right now I'm having a little bit change with my studio setup. So the next thing for me is to get everything like ready, and it's almost ready as we speak. So I'm just gonna start making music a lot. I have a different project too. Probably gonna do some hip hop, Finnish hip hop too, and definitely some funk as always. So yeah, I'm trying to put out some records this year. So keep an eye open for that. Yeah. So in the next episode of Music and Me, we're gonna peep my studio, and we're gonna get into how to make some funk and what it takes to be a music producer. So see you in the next episode. Boom!